Hi, I'm Jillian.
I'm Jeremy, and I'm an HS warrior. Come with us as we bring you warrior stories from around the world.
Let's go.
I'm Eleonora, and I'm an Italian-American HS warrior.
I'm here with a very special guest today, all the way in Rome, Italy. I'd love to introduce my new friend, Eleonora.
Hi everyone, I'm Eleonora. I live in the Rome area nearby the sea.
Could you please share a little bit about your HS journey with us?
I've been diagnosed in 2016, but I suffered of HS since I was getting my first menstruation, so the menarche. My first encounter, I wasn't aware of what I was going through, and just when, after many years, it got to a bad point. So me and my parents started wondering what was going on, and started seeing some doctors, and there I got my first diagnosis.
Okay.
And since that moment, I haven't been in a very nice relationship with my disease. And it's been very hard for me to accept what was going on, and that was part of what I am.
Right.
So when we discovered this,
Yes.
we were seeing this doctor, so I did systemic therapies. So I got antibiotics and all of topic treatments, so like creams and all of that.
Right.
But it wasn't really helping my situation. So I've been accepted in this trial, clinical study, in the Gemelli Hospital here in Rome that has an ambulatory dedicated to HS.
Wow, okay.
And so they started treating me with Humira. And I got Humira for a little less than a year. And then I was deciding to move in another country overseas. And so with my doctors, we decided to stop the Humira treatment and do surgery.
Okay. This was after 1 year of being on Humira?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not really, it was a little less than a year.
A little less than a year, okay.
Afterwards, I moved in Rhode Island with my aunt. We found the possibility to access a new trial with Cosentyx.
Cosentyx, okay.
Yeah.
We've heard about this,
Yeah, and so I was being accepted, but with COVID, everything shut down.
Right.
And also the possibility of doing these treatments. So since then, I started not caring about it, and that was actually, the worst decision I could take, because I was not only denying it to myself and others, but I totally wasn't caring.
And how old were you at that point?
I was 22.
22, okay. So you came back and you went to the hospital that first gave you the Humira.
Yes.
And did that work right away for you?
When I came back, since I was maybe feeling better, because I was near my family and my friends, I wasn't spending so much time thinking about the things that were going wrong, because I was excited that I was back. And in that period, I was feeling better naturally, I would say. I was just starting to feel better. So for the first year since I was back, we kept it under topic treatments and antibiotics as needed. Like when you need it, when you are inflamed, you get it.
Okay.
Then I got worse, and we started again a therapy with antibiotics.
Okay.
For 6 weeks.
How did you feel about the surgery? I know a lot of people have mixed reviews on whether or not you think it's worth it, and the recurrence rate of it coming back versus the pain you go through to get it.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, please.
If cutting your skin off, you could remove and be sure you wouldn't get any more of this, I will cut all my body. But I did the surgery, to prevent the spread under my armpit. And at the end of the day, I still got him. So 3 weeks in bed, I couldn't move my arms because, you know, the
pain.
Yeah, not only the pain, but the scar has to create itself in a position that allows you then to move. And if you are like this, the scar, you know, I couldn't move. I couldn't move because they told me that I couldn't like do this movement. I couldn't draw. I couldn't do anything. And I work with my hands at the end of the day. So you know, I was hopeful that after that I was not resolving a problem, but I was able to feel sure that I wouldn't have to deal with it.
Yes.
Instead, I did have to deal with it.
And we're not medical professionals, so I know you're not giving advice, and everybody's different. But we were curious to hear your perspective because we have heard mixed reviews about people's uncertainty with the surgery for the very reasons you described. But thinking about the resources you have here in Italy, it sounds like you have a good amount of resources available to you in terms of doctors and medications. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think that is fair. I don't believe that any of this treatment is like a solution, a definitive solution for what we go through. I just believe that everyone should do, you know, their own research and understand what works for them. I've been bouncing between different medical
specialties.
Structures, and then at the end, I found finally an ambulatory that takes care of people with HS. But it wasn't like an easy journey anyways. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have someone that directs you, you have to, you know, search it on your own. We shouldn't look for validation. We shouldn't be concerned to be understood, to be judged. We just need to be helped, and when you need to get help, you should just ask for help. And whoever you're gonna meet in your way, like I did with you guys, I think you are helping me dealing with my condition, because we shouldn't be ashamed of it, and we should be able to talk about it and to accept that it doesn't define us.
That's right. Absolutely.
And we are much more than this, and it actually I don't know, it feels
hard to talk about.
Yeah.
If it is, then you know, you feel as comfortable as you want. You can either talk about it or not if you'd prefer. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable in any way. You're here with a big support network, and you can't see them on the other end, but you've got a massive one that's going to be on the other end. HS doesn't define who you are as a person, your passions do. So I'd love to talk a bit about your passions and what makes you excited. What makes you forget about HS and gives you joy in your life? What are those things that you like to do?
Capturing my life, so taking pictures, photography. I like to wander around, take a walk, get lost into little details. I definitely also find a lot of release when I get to paint. It's something I do to translate my feelings and put it on paper.
Yeah, it's a creative outlet.
Yes. Another things I experimented was working on lost wax. That it's craftsman thing, and I had this friend that makes jewelry out of wax, and it was real fun for me to try something new. Also, there is this component of making something, getting all your rage or your sadness or your happiness and putting it into something that then you can go and look at and say, oh, well, I remember what I was feeling, what was going on when I made that, and that reminds me of what I, you know, go through and went through and how far I came, right? So I think that's something that makes me feel good.
You're really an inspiration, honestly. You have a lot of different interests and passions, and I hope that our audience can identify with the struggles that you went through, but also the inspiration they can take from your story, because you're doing so much to keep yourself both mentally and physically active. And I'm just so proud of you and so proud to have met you. So thank you for being brave enough to share your story. If you had anything that you could say to the HS team, what would that be?
Would definitely be, we all great at being ourselves, and I believe all the words you just said, but I also know that sometimes we forget how inspirational every one of us can be, how important is to find other things that brings you joy in life. And so something I would like to remind to you is that you should look for something that brings you joy, and definitely cultivate that over something that doesn't.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I give you a hug? Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Hopefully it doesn't hurt you. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Honestly, I'm fighting back tears because I'm so proud of you, and you did such a good job, and I'm just so grateful to have been able to hear your story. And I think, on a fun note, we would love to go walk around and do some shooting with you, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Until later, bye Warrior Stories. We had finished filming and we're just having a conversation, and Eleonora brought up such a good point that we decided to turn the cameras back on because we didn't want to miss this really important thing that she just said, because it's going to be really helpful to you all. Over to you, Star.
Yeah, we were saying that sometimes it's hard to remind ourselves what we can be, and we see ourselves and believe that other people see us as much better or much worse than what we actually are. And what I feel we should remind each other, and what Jillian just reminded me, and is that we can be inspirational for someone. You looking at me and complimenting me, it does embarrass me, but it also makes me feel like I'm not that bad at the end of the day, right? That everyone has his own way to be special, and there will be someone in the world that will recognize that and will make you notice. And I think it's important that we make you notice that you have definitely the potential and to be a beautiful person, and so give yourself the chance.
I love that. Honestly, I mean, that's perfect. Thank you. And see, this is why we had to get back on. We have goosebumps now. Thank you. Grazie mille.
Thank you. Grazie.